IMF boosts U.S. growth forecasts, trims China and Germany. IMF boosts U.S. growth forecasts. IMF boosts U.S. growth forecasts, trims China and Germany. Good morning. You have about 3.5 minutes.
Kickstart the FX trading day for August 22. Kickstart the FX trading day for August 22. W a technical look at Euro US dollar, US dollar yen, and pound US dollar.
All right, let me close the office door. All right, good morning. Welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of more than 21,000 foreign exchange traders. We gather here today to conduct technical and fundamental analysis with the overriding goal of planning our trades in advance. Because trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Hey, I got a treat for you. I built something for you worth hundreds of dollars per month. And how do I come to that valuation? Well, there are similar services that charge hundreds of dollars per month. I'm doing this for free because I'm a good guy. Huh? I got the best of potassium. Very much better than the Kazakhstan potassium. I got the best of potassium. All right? So, yeah, compliments of the firm. Please use it. Please subscribe. Please give a thumbs up. And of course, what it's doing here is you're getting real-time headline news, somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 headlines a week. It's reading them to you using artificial intelligence. We have real-time calendar, and we have real-time chart patterns. Streaming on YouTube 24 hours a day. Edward. Yeah. Vastly superior potassium. Huh? All right. So anyways, look, I made this for you. I paid money for it. It's now yours for free. So one way to find it is just type in like TRADARS Squawk, for example. Usually we'll find it. And look for the one that's live. I'm going to see if I can pull down the ones that are not live so you only see the live ones. Okay. But you go to make sure you click on live. When you're there, make sure it's live because sometimes it'll, right? If you don't want to chat, you can go bigger or full screen.
U.S. grants $428 million to clean energy projects in communities that relied on coal.
I need to mute my phone. I thought I did. Anyways, there we go. Okay, so that's one way to do it. The second way is just launch it and just close the window and trade, and you'll just hear the headlines. You won't be able to collaborate with the other traders, but you can just listen to the headlines as you're trading. And it's very, very cool because it doesn't babble like me. You just get headlines every few minutes. The other thing you could do is download the video pop-out tool, and then you can go about your trading. See, here it is. 1080p. Okay. You can just have it sit in the corner. And it's floating, so you can burn through your charts and always have it available. You see that? It's cool, right? And if it says something, you're like, wait, what was that? You can zoom in and see the headline. U.S. grants $428 million to clean energy projects. Right? In communities that rely on coal. So anyways, cool, right? Yeah, totally cool. All right, so let's get going. I guess I'll leave that floating there. Let me show you traders.com. Most of you are members of this community. We use automation tools to do our grunt work, like technical and fundamental analysis. So we have better data. And we have more data than 95% of traders out there because a human just can't do the amount of work the traders does for our trading community. So fully automated technical and fundamental analysis and many hours per day of performance coaching so that you know how to use this data. So when I put this to show all, for example, well, I guess I have to put past. So what have we done so far? Past. Oops. Okay, so far today, which is Tuesday. Well, let's start going all the way back to Sunday. Here's what happened Sunday. Sunday prep group meeting. There's an hour there. Sunday technical trading team meeting. There's another hour there. Then the fundamental trading team meeting, an hour there. Then there was the stock market indices trading group. That meant they met for an hour there. Then the scalping market opens with Jessica. There's an hour there. This is all just yesterday. Then the technical day trading team. There's an hour there. Then this morning I met with the fundamental trading team for an hour. There's an hour there for today. So after this meeting, which is another hour, right? Then at 11:30, there's an hour with David Pegler going over price action trading strategies and techniques. And then there's an hour with Jessica going over scalping market opens. And then there's probably 2 hours with me tonight downloading and actually reading fundamental economic reports from various governments around the world and discussing what it means to investors and traders. I mean, serious amounts of support. Don't you stink? I mean, crazy, really. If you think, I think that's a crazy amount of resources. So that's what we do on a regular basis. I'd like you to join us. We can start with the fundamentals just quickly. I'm not going to go through all of them because I already did this a couple hours ago for paid subscribers. But we could take a quick glance, see where we are now that we're at the market open. And 10-year T-note facing the 4.2. Ouch. Okay. Oil back up. Remember, it was 68, 69 yesterday. Now we're at 71. Very good. Okay. Gold still climbing. S&P 500 hesitation. Dollar climbing over 104. Just a little bit up, but over the psych level of 104. And Bitcoin having a bad day, which is risk off. So I already went through all the risk tools. Already went through the calendar. We actually spent time this morning going over the difference between retail positioning and institutional positioning. We spent some time on the scorecards and kind of looking at where we are now relative to seasonality on multiple pairs. We picked out, I think, Kiwi, and then we went to our charts and looked at Kiwi, and we discussed the difference between the 2-year and the 10-year treasury yields. And so, yeah, we've already done all this, right? So I don't need to go through it here. But the point is, at the start of our session today, you should be aware that we are leaning risk off. So for those that answered the question, what are you trading today? And many of you got it wrong. It's not a hypothetical question. For those that did not answer risk off, you're not tracking the markets. I don't know how you get there, but you're probably guessing. We looked at that this morning on 3 different time frames. And neutral was not the answer, and risk on was not the answer. So I'm not sure how you got there, but you're vulnerable. Just so you know, you're vulnerable.
U.S. dollar supported while equity markets dive lower.
This is so funny. My phone is muted and it still gives me the headlines. Wow, that's good. I can't even mute the headlines on my phone. So sometimes my wife gets mad at me because I'll be in the kitchen doing the dishes or something after dinner, and I have the news running, and it's just talking from my pocket, my pocket news team. So anyways, for those that are not answering it correctly, I would really urge you to seriously consider becoming a member of traders.com. You're trading a bit blind. And that's a risk. It's a risk. You're trading against the market. We can do some technicals. You guys like technical analysis, don't you? I'm going to get rid of all these consolidation patterns. I just, I don't feel like it today. Also, you can see I got rid of cross pairs. In fact, these are all dollar pairs, right? I'll put the yens on too. Yen. No, I'll skip that. Yen. Yen. And yen. All right, so I got yen pairs, dollar pairs. I don't want to see USD yen. All right. And then what I want to do is I want to get rid of these key levels. And do I care about the fib, like Gartley's and stuff? I guess so. I'll just get rid of these because I don't like trading back to resistance. But look, if you were scalping, they're awesome. Okay. Okay. All right. So, how, right? Hey, hi, Grandmaster. Pound yen. I'm a bull. What's your analysis? All right. Give me 3 reasons why you're a bull. And then I can go over and give a dozen reasons for or against. So, triangle breakout. I thought I got... Did I not turn that off? Let's see. I don't really want triangles. Are they stuck in there? Fibonacci patterns, chart patterns. I guess they're just stuck in there. All right, whatever. All right. So I would like to see dollar weakness.
ECB Centino says he still expects inflation to tick up.
I bet you if I just turn the volume down. All right. So that's good. USD Rand is a maybe for me today. USD Mexican Peso, pass. USD Mexican Peso, pass. Rand on a different time frame, yeah, it's fine. Another good opportunity. And by the way, I covered this last night. Okay. Cool. So that is falling. I want, let's say, all right, I want pound yen to go up. And so down for the morning and buy the dip. Okay, you see the buy the dip scenario? The arrow's pointing down, which shows you the next leg. So we want it to come down. Oil pops over $70 despite markets being bearish. Okay, we want this down and up. Okay, so have it come down a little bit more and then buy the dip. Pound dollar down, and we're nearing the apex, and it makes sense for this to drop. Okay, that's logical. I just don't want it to do it, so I don't have to trade it. Okay, so let's take a look. Oops. Let me get rid of my drawing tool. There we go. Kiwi dollar. So I'd prefer this to be up, even though I know it's not up. Yeah. Oops. So I suppose the question we are begging is, can ECB's it get not. To C? Falling interest rates should ease debt burdens. Okay, I think that's kind of how we're trying to plan this out for the future. If it gets to C, then you want to buy a dip at B and then take it to A and above. So that's a lot of ifs, right? That's on the hourly chart. So that's probably the next couple of days. So down and then up. So you could have your short-term sell and then later long-term long. And I mean after the pullback and that pullback. So anyways, still a mess. Too early, I guess, on the hourly. Here's the Aussie dollar falling wedge. I'd rather it go up, but I know it's not going up. I know, but I'm waiting, right? And so anyways, whatever. So falling wedge, pretty easy for you guys, right? Pretty easy. Have it come up a little more and then take it down. Okay. Richard, are you looking at headline interest rates, or are you looking at yield on treasuries? Oh, sorry, the 10-year. I got you. Sorry, I missed that. Okay. Okay, pound yen. I want this to go up. And so up, 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 higher, low, up. I mean, I'm not even doing this accurately, but let me try, I guess. Resistance, higher, low. Okay, resistance, higher, low. Resistance, higher, low. Resistance, higher, low. Okay, and break from the apex. Take out all the stops. And then catch the next dippity-do. And we should be trending. Because this expansionary wave, if you want to call it that, is from taking out all the bearish stops. So this is where all the bears buy. You get this expansion here because bears are buying, not bulls. Bulls bought low, bulls bought low, bulls bought low, bulls bought low. This is bears buying to get themselves out of the market because they're short, remember? So you might want to be in on that. Yeah, it's not really, Richard, a short squeeze. A short squeeze would be like the bears are shorting the market down and the market has fallen. And then all of a sudden buyers are buying to force them out, right? This is just, we just know where the bears are selling or have sold. Kind of thing. Okay, so it's not like this big decline. And so the more important part of this is that bulls are buying the dip. We're getting more and more bulls, and we're just, chipping away at this, and then suddenly you're going to get a pop, a drop, and then off we go. So it's not quite a squeeze, but sure. I think it more of a cascading effect, but what do you think about using news and trying fiscal policy? Why fiscal policy? And what form of fiscal policy? And news is news flow, so we have our squawk box. The news flow is just interesting to grease the skids throughout the day to keep the machine moving. But as far as trends, it's irrelevant. So in general, I'd say news, irrelevant. Fiscal policy, irrelevant, really. Because where do we account for fiscal policy? GDP which is the productivity of a country, is equal to the consumption of its citizens, the investment of its businesses, right? And the spending by its government. And so you're like, fiscal policy. Okay, spending by the government. So they have a budget. They issue the budget once a year. And they always spend the budget. And that's that. And usually there's a deficit over the budget because there's spending that they didn't account for in the original budget. But like, so you're watching news, which I think fundamentally is usually totally irrelevant. And then fiscal policy, which we already know and have fixed. It's fixed.
IMF's Grinchas. China's stimulus measures announced by PBOC not sufficient to lift GDP.
So, for example, consumption. Is it fixed? No. Consumers are going to consume until they can't consume anymore, and then they'll stop consuming, and it's more of a variable. But when the government comes out with the budget, they're going to spend every penny, because if they don't, then their next budget might be smaller. So, yeah. Okay. So that's where, like, news and fiscal policy, I'm like, no, I'd rather trade fundamentals than news. And what changes the value of a currency is not C, not I, not G, but exports minus imports. So if you're a Forex trader, I don't really care at all about government spending in terms of being of Forex. Up here, this is FX. So I'm like, nah, I don't really care about that. I'd rather look at terms of trade. Right, G is government spending. That's fiscal policy. Monetary policy is the central bank. Fiscal is the central government. So, yeah, so to answer the question directly, no, I don't think you're on the right train. Okay, 9 hours ago, again, non-directional, but my bias is up. And of course, if pound yen goes up, then Aussie yen would more likely break the triangle to the upside. But the triangle of itself is irrelevant. Okay, big moves, dollar strength.
Says a dot plot system is not desirable.
Okay. Dollar strength. These are big moves on the dailies. Just, okay. But when you see these big moves, what they're pointing to is potential capitulation. So if you opened up this chart and saw that you're at, let's say, a key profit-taking pivot point, this is actually saying, yeah, be careful. There's the falling has fallen. The signal itself, you notice there's no little triangle. Like here, there's no little triangle. Like here, okay. This one's green. Ha 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 ha. Wink wink. Nudge nudge. Okay, so it's non-directional. In particular, this one is like 100% pullback. But it does caution you to the potential of a dead cat bounce. Or if this one, okay, a lower high and then a continuation of that big move. It's cool to have a machine do all this work for you. Isn't it? So what you should be doing is put down, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different things that look interesting to you, where the technical pattern is in line with your fundamental bias. Put it down on your hit list, and now go to your MT4, MT5 trading view charts and do your analytics there, your technical analytics. Carried out further, these are just the tips of the spear. Doesn't give you the full picture. It's just what's happening right now on these time frames. Oil prices rise on China's stimulus amid Mideast ceasefire push. You guys loving the news? Notice we switched over this morning. It was British the British news trading team. And now it's me and a lady. I was trying to think of the names from Anchorman. Veronica Corningstone. Just me and Veronica. I'm Ron Burgundy. Yeah. So anyways, all right, so let's move on. Descending triangle, but I want Kiwi yen up. So this is a threat to me. It does exist. I should acknowledge that it's real. This is a threat if I'm a bull. Now, I want both dollar and Swissy to be weak, so I'm going to pass on that no matter what. But I should recognize that US dollar is still exhibiting strength. What I would prefer, if we had risk on, would be dollar weakness. But we know right now it's risk off. How do I know it's risk off? Let me explain you. Okay, I looked at volatility. Oops. Okay. I looked at gold. I looked at the 2-year. I looked at the 10-year. These are yields. Okay. I looked at the dollar index. Oops. I looked at the yen index. Okay. I looked at the S&P 500, which is this general stock market. And I looked at the options market. I analyzed this on 3 different time frames. What vol traders, gold traders, yield traders, dollar, yen, stock traders, options traders. I looked at all of these constituencies. They're individual markets, millions and billions being traded. They don't necessarily talk to each other, but we all have the same fundamental data. We're all debating what the Fed's going to do. We're all debating who's going to win the election. And then we're deploying our capital. And so we look at this times 3. Exclusive Russia to use ship-to-ship LNG loadings to free up ice-class tankers. So I looked at 24 variables, and I know it's risk off. What I'm preparing for is the potential of risk on returning soon. But I know today is a risk off day. So this is perfectly fine. But again, I'm preparing for risk on. Now, so for example, this would be an up. This would be up, triangle, up. And this is more of a flag than it is a triangle. So this is what I would prefer. I don't really like this. So I'm caught. Okay. Okay, so good. Let's do this. Okay, I want this to go up because I'm a bull. Okay, great. Is this an opportunity for me, or is this a threat for me? Help me, help you. Help me, help you. Help me, help you. All right, then let's do it as a pull. Okay, I'm going to do it as a pull. Now all you have to do is click. So hang on. If I were a little girl and I was to marry, I would marry a Forex trader than any other chappie. He would trade and I would trade. We would trade together. Waking up in the middle of the night, trading with one another. In the morning, in the morning, in the morning by the sea. By the sea! In the morning, in the morning, in the morning by the sea.
U.S. stocks lower with the NASDAQ the worst performer.
That's your duration. Come on, 11 votes. But you guys got broken fingers? Is there a delay? Well, I'm streaming pretty hot. Let me streaming hot, right? I'm streaming hot. Yeah. Yeah, it's just YouTube does that from time to time. Or you think? No, YouTube is like that from time to time. Okay, so if I'm a bull, is this an opportunity or a threat? If I'm a bull, what does this tell me? This tells me the potential here is we continue up to purple. Okay. We come down to here, come up to here, come down to here, come up to here, come down to there. It's a threat. No, so good. Okay.
Tech sector falters. Financials remain stable amidst volatile market.
So if it pulls back 100%, that's, yeah, for sure. Okay. Up and then down to A. Okay. All right. So if you didn't get that right, make sure you go and download the tools. Hang on. youtube.com/@Forex.Today. Boop, 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 boop. Live. No delay for me. Right here. Okay, build muscle memory. Download our chart pattern flashcards for free. There you go, eh? Let's fix that problem. Okay. It should be straightforward. It's not a trick question. You need to get these right. It's not like we're translating French poetry, okay, or a Greek play from 3,000 years ago. It's pretty straightforward. That's down. Okay. Yeah. So careful. All right, let's switch over now and let's do some crypto. Who wants a crypto? Or maybe we'll vote for that. How about this? Let's do that. Let's do another poll. What shall we review next? Crypto, maybe. Stock indices. What else could we do? Commodities. Okay. Let's see. What do you want? You're the boss. Talk to me, Goose. Do. Yeah, nothing coming up yet on the calendar. Nothing till tomorrow. Today is a quiet day. Six people out of 47. Guess we have an army of people driving or something. Oh, I want to click the button, Wayne, but I'm driving. I'm cooking dinner and got my hands in raw chicken. I can't vote, Wayne. I got raw chicken on my hands. All right, you snooze, you lose, whatever. Whatever, bro. We're doing commodities next. Okay, let's do, well, we got gold, triangle, non-directional, but we know we're generally bullish. Brent, okay, we were caught in a range breakout. You want to buy a dip? Let me bring this up. Okay, easy peasy lemon squeezy. What do we do here? Okay, out. Okay, down, gone. Okay. Low. That's your Brent. That's your Brent. What time frame is that? That's a 60. Longer term, I wish we had something more complicated. I wish we had something more complicated. This is so simple. It's so simple it can't be useful. We need to make it more complex. All right. So, up, down, or sideways? I know you want me to pop another poll, but in this case, just type it up. Up, down, sideways.
Gold keeps on going, touches new record high.
I guess it could be up, sideways, or down, and that's USD, which is kind of funny, right? So I'll tell you one reason I really love traders.com. I've been trading for 20 years. I've spent, 25,000 hours in front of my charts, at least. That may be grossly less than reality. And I would not catch a pattern like this. I just wouldn't see it. Now, notice that it actually hasn't happened. That's the other thing I want you to notice. For example, I used to work at NASA because I was planning on being an astronaut. And I was Top Gun qualified, and this was just like on my path. So I was working at NASA. I was a aviation research assistant focusing on heads-up displays. And the reason I bring this up is this is very much like a heads-up display where you see this, you see this, you see this, And then suddenly the only thing you see is the pattern. And you start saying, okay, well, this pattern says, well, X to B equals, C to here, which is the angle of this, and on the angle of that, and then all of that. So based on this, up. And the heads-up display, the way it works is it throws information in front of you, but you can see through it. And, well, you can see through this, but you might miss it where it said, well, if A goes to B, and then B goes to C, and then C goes down to a slight lower low of X, well, look, has it done it? No, that's not actually what has happened. So this emerging pattern actually hasn't emerged. But if you were going to read the pattern itself, up. But I also want you to read that, well, the pattern itself hasn't actually come to fruition. But it is going up. But you might want to change the strategy. Okay? It's not actually Gartley-ing. Gartley-ing? Is that an English word? In the process of being a Gartley? Oh, I'm getting some emails. Email. Animal. Animal. Hang on, I got to bring this up. What did I get? I have so many email addresses. No, that's fake. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, I got I got a couple. Okay, I got a TRADARS. Oh, I have to pop this. Traders just emailed me. Thank you, TRADARS. See? And it said pound Swissy on 2 time frames is getting ready for a drop, potential break of an up channel, which is not likely, but if it happens, it's not good. And that would get us a break below the 30-minute support line, which would get us a new lower low. You see? So, because this little spike here is this move here. So if that makes a lower low, that also breaks our channel. So the direction is down, as you can see by the red arrow. And maybe you're like, but I can't see it. Well, this is an email, bro. Okay, so it just came out seconds ago. Although this says 14 minutes ago, but I just got it, or at least I got it on my phone. So there's at least a 20 pip scalp, maybe more. Okay, the key level and chart patterns are at most 5 candles apart. So at least 20 pips, and they're happening at roughly the same time, in the same direction. You should be able to scalp 28 pips out of this, 73% chance, 72.5% chance. Cool. And my phone actually went bzz, bzz, hey, Wayne. Yeah. Not as a text, but as an email. And so many of you guys subscribe to that, and you would have received the same. I don't remember what that costs, though. So I can't quote you. It sounds like Eazy-E, right? I ain't said she. Anyways, and then the other interesting thing that just happened to happen just now. Oh, that's the wrong one. That one's 20 hours ago.
U.S. October Richmond Fed Composite Index, 14. Read the 21 prior.
Okay, so I got to pop this. Oh, can I not pop this individually? I guess that's what happened. All right, hang on. Let's go back. All right, can you see this? Okay, so that's 20 hours ago. TRADARS alert, new fundamental setups. Okay, retail sentiment dropped on the S&P. Okay, we got that. And then 8 hours ago, another, right, alert. And there was a, right, again, another heads up on the breakout. And then 3 minutes ago, this is just what went on my phone. Once again, bzz, bzz, bzz. Okay, it's sending me updates.
Silver price forecast. Silver US dollar rallies amid uncertainty over economic and geopolitical outlook.
That was a funny part.
United States Richmond Fed Manufacturing Index above forecasts 18 in October, actual 14.
Whoa! It's reading like the headline news. It's so good. That came out 2 minutes ago. Nice. Thank you, TRADARS Squawk Team, a.k.a. Mini-Me. Thank you, Mini-Me. Reading in the Richmond Fed in real time. Oh, snap. That's so cool. So cool. Dude, that's so cool. So cool. Okay, XAU daily just looking great. 5 days ago. Okay, it gave you the wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And that's after confirmation. You really should have been in before that using just basic technical analysis. But it's saying like long-term long, 28.33 is the next leg. That's not even the target. Okay, look at that. I mean, let me zoom in again. Zoomy, zoom, zoom. Look at that. So 3 days ago, whatever. So all these days up. Okay. Notice, like, you know what the pattern is. So you know how to trade a pattern. If you don't, then you need to learn. Okay. You buy at the primary line. That's a buy. Okay. Down to the primary, that's a buy. So why did it not go vertical, or why did it go vertical so late? Well, because it's not telling you to buy or sell. It's doing your technical analysis for you. So it's like, bro, we just made a higher high. So the distance from here to here is what's expected, right? But in my humble opinion, you should have been long down here somewhere or in here. Okay, so here or here. This is a breakout, but you should have already been on it. You don't buy after the break. You buy before the break. You buy higher lows, not higher highs. But this is technically confirmed. The next leg of the pattern is up. If we make a higher high, then we are going to go to the top of the range, which is projected by doing this. And you're like, how do you get that projection? Oh, yeah, Y equals MX plus B. You know this. I've gone over it 10,000 times. So, right? There you go. Okay. Slope of the mean. So anyways, good to go, right? Good to go, good to know. Good to go, good to know. Okay, so we did some gold, we did U.S. oil, we did international oil. Cool. Interesting moves going on. Okay, TRADARS believes this is going to break through to the upside on our way to 27.5. I guess I'm okay with that, but most triangles to me are very non-directional. So, I may not drink that Kool-Aid, but it's going in the direction of the trend. So if you had to bet on a direction, you'd bet on the trend. Doesn't mean I have to like it. Now, a lot of you wanted to cover stock indices. Let me do that for you. Okay, FTSE in a bloodbath scenario. So this is a threat for bears, but the next leg is down, bro.
ECB's Lagarde can't jump to conclusion that inflation target is a done deal.
Bo, 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 bo. Bo, 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 bo. Okay. NASDAQ definitely down, definitely bearish. There's a bit of a pop, but this is a 15-minute chart. I believe if you look at a higher time frame, it'll probably point down. Okay, we always double check things on higher time frames. This could just be a down, an up, and a down. So it looks like short-term up, but it's long-term short. Okay. FTSE also very bearish. Trying to head up, trying to do a risk-on play. Okay, well, before you swallow the Kool-Aid, don't be a gullible. Okay, be prepared for the up to the roll reversal and take it down. Once again, the vulnerability is it's up on the 30, but probably down on the 4H. Okay. 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 What does this say? It's a more complicated version of the same thing. Down, up, lower high, down. This is just like, hey, if you were concerned, maybe take some profit down here and then re-engage up here, put your stop above the highest high, and then, okay, take another shot. Is that right? Yeah, actually, Peter, any of the videos that are recorded in your sessions are available to everybody. I don't think they even need to be technically in the community. It's everyone in traders.com should be able to see it and access your videos. If that's not the case, please let me know and I'll figure out why. But that's cool. Mm-hmm. S&P 500. Yeah, it's a weird consolidation, but once again, short term. Okay. Yeah, so for those that are in learning mode and you have a base membership at traders.com, it's less than $100 a month. You have access to all of Peter's sessions about trading the E-mini market, right? Trading stock indices. You have access to all David Pegler's stuff about how he puts together price action and fundamentals in all different markets, right? You have access to Brian's sessions every Thursday covering the cryptocurrency market, trading, but also non-trading stuff. If you're just like, dude, I'm fascinated by all this crypto stuff, but it's very complicated and I don't know how it all fits together. Brian's my guy for that. So he's now your guy. So if you're interested in all things crypto, not just trading, but just all things crypto, bring it to Brian. Bring it to Brian on Brown Bay. Then Tuesdays, which is today, I do my off the charts where I download all the or the week on the street, I should say, where I download all the news events and we read those reports. That's available to all base members. On Thursdays, I do the swing trading group where I plan out all the technical analysis for the next week. That's available to everybody. So that's, let's say, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'd say it's got to be approaching 8 hours a week of live performance coaching for the base member.
Lagarde speech. Inflation numbers are relatively reassuring.
I think I lost some stream connection here. Is it? I don't know if we're still connected. Got a weird error. Which network am I on? That should be fine. I'm going to switch over to my other network, and if I lose you, that's the end of the day, and I'll see you on traders.com either for David's event or for my 4 o'clock. But let me switch over. Now it says excellent connection, but let me just switch over and see what's up. Hang on. Switching over to my other internet network. All right, so I guess I'm still here, right? Okay, so very low votes on crypto. That's interesting. Okay. One of the things I want to show is I want to go to the vol radar. So tomorrow we have the Bank of Canada interest rate decision, right? And according to this, they're going to leave interest rates the same. And here's the projected outcome. Okay. So the only scalp is on Aussie dollar, and an okay swing is USD CAD, which makes sense. But actually the best swing position situation is Kiwi dollar. Oh, there's a scalp on pound dollar too. All right. Okay. Missed that. So you can trade it the way you want to trade it, right? Yeah, it looks generally okay. It looks like the last few have been a little muddy. But you can go through those and pick those out. I want to see what's in play, because there's a lot of things that are not quite moving, and there's a difference between emerging and actual. And this is everything in play. So if you just want to filter things out and like what patterns are actually in play, this will do it. Again, this is not my style of trading. This is scalping for small numbers of pips, right? It's not really my thing. This is a breakout. So the way I look at it is pull back and sell a retest at 130. So I might put that on my radar. This has a few more pips down, and then you'll get the pullback. So again, not really loving that. Breakout of an up channel, well, that's a counter trend, so I don't really love that. Scalping back into support, well, I'd rather buy it at support than scalp to support. So once again, I filter that out. Aussie Kiwi, I'm looking for trend. That's cross trading, so I'll probably pass on that. Lower low, lower high. Okay. That might be interesting. But again,
US dollar, Canadian dollar backs off after rising to swing area. Traders may be feeling overbought conditions.
All right. Thank you, Meat. And then USD Swissy, not really trendy. Don't really love it. Okay, a descending triangle with a break to the downside. Okay. All right. This is interesting to me. I found something. Okay, 74% chance this breakout and trends down. So I don't really want to be a dollar bull today, but that's the market I inherited. And so for a small trade, we might be able to kind of get that kind of move going. And we go from a form of consolidation, which is failure to break, failure to break, failure to break. Well, we do have this primary line, which would continue. And the secondary line would end up starting to, at some point, connect these or connect these. And we start moving, right? We start moving to the downside. So that one's interesting. So I give that one an absolute, total, definite maybe. Once again, ran breakthrough support. Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's broken. It's done a pullback. If I were going to trade it, I could sell that rally. But right now the dollar's strong, so I'm like, eh. So I just want to glance at that. Out of all those trades, all those scalps, I just don't like that type of scalping. But here's the drop pullback.
ECB's Holtzman. Disinflation is faster than expected. Bowie's Green. I tend to favor a gradualist approach to cutting rates.
It's so weird to hear myself read the news. I'm like, that's me, but I wouldn't say it that way if I were me. So anyway, so I look at that like peso. It's a scalp. I like scalping in trends. So this is a scalp, right? But at least maybe I could argue that that's a trend. And I do want to sell USD Mexican peso. Oh, I do. But what do I see? I don't know. I don't know. Right? It's not quite there yet. So whatever. What I wanted to get to is the vol radar. Okay. And if you used it yesterday, I showed it to you yesterday, and I pointed to a few things and re-emphasized the way to use it. And boy, did it work good yesterday on the stock market. I don't know if you had noticed, but it was interesting. I'll just look. I can only, I can lead a horse or a donkey to water. The horse is smart enough to drink, but the donkey won't. And I can't force the donkey to drink because he's stubborn. So what's the moral of the story? Be a horse, not an ass. So what we want to do is what is good for trading. And right now, implied volatility on the pound Swissy is good. Now, I have to reemphasize, I don't really want to sell this, but it's sellable. Okay, remember Wall Street? Why did he wreck the airline? Because it's wreckable. So I don't have to love selling it, but it's a pattern, and there's the implied vol, and there's your target on this thing. And that's valid right now, this time of day on Tuesdays. How about that peso? Once again, it's already sold off.
Pound sterling refreshes 2-week low amid uncertainty ahead of Bank of England Bailey's speech.
UBS sees Euro US dollar climbing toward 1.16 by 2025.
Okay, the plan here would be something like this, and probably like this. All right, so it's not just candlestick data, but we're looking at implied volatility, the sort of the average daily range. No, because we're not looking at daily. The average 4H range. But which 4H? The rolling 4H on 15-minute charts now. Okay, so the range of 16 candles. Oh, like Molly Ringwald. Right, see, so you can go through here. Here's your oily. Okay, notice it kicked off the 4-hour expected low. It's already done it, guys. And it's already hit the 1 hour. It can go a little higher, so it looks like there's not much room between the next hour and 4 hours. But in the oil trading course, I taught you how to trade that, where this is very much time of day. This is the time of day to trade oil. And then by 10 a.m., which is this candle, I've taught you that you've probably gotten 75% of the average range for the entire day. So this is the rolling, right? So at that time, you would have been here and here. And it looks like, yeah, to get this to go up here, you have to be up in this trade another 10, 12 hours. Or you could be in, by 7, out by 10. You got 70% of it, but now you're gone to cash and you've walked away, and now you're sucking down $7 drinks at Starbucks while all the other suckers work for nothing. Huh? You strut in the Starbucks wearing your spandex outfit? Huh? Like a peacock? And everybody else has their loser dead-end jobs. Yeah. Meanwhile, you're in and out in 3 hours, right? Long and gone, and that's that. There was a little role reversal on this for you, too. I mean, we're looking at this. This is a live chart, right? Like, you had the role reversal as well. So it's kind of like, now it's this time of day. And I'm like, yeah, what does this tell you? The smart money is already in the process of getting out. And amateurs are probably still going to just trade. And you'll get inconsistent moves throughout the day. And what is actually happening? That's it. So you can use this implied vol. And of course, if you're here to buy it at this price, your stop doesn't have to be very far away. Cool. So, right? Like if you click on this, it'll tell you that this isn't about trading at the right time of day. So we're about to lose a lot of volume trading oil. Okay, you should be trading oil this way. And
Mexican peso rebounds after run of down days for emerging market assets.
So when I did the oil trading course a couple of years ago, I told you this was the right time of day to trade. And I explained, like, this is when I trade oil. This is oil close, by the way. So I used to trade that, but that used to be a lot more volume than it is now, because we don't really trade it in the pits. We have all these continuous contract stuff now. But I taught it in the training course, like you're in here and then you're out here and you just walk away. You won't get it all, but you'll get most. But at least you'll have the risk off your books. But I wasn't able to prove it back then. I only had experience. Well, look at, yeah. So this is high vol, but every hour now is going to get worse and worse and worse for trading oil. You'll have a little move at the market close. Okay. And by the way, when I traded oil, I loved to trade this area here. And I used a squawk service back then. 15 years ago, I'd say, maybe more. And I remember I'd get back to the oil market when pigs and cows were closing. Okay. Pork bellies, cattle. Okay. Those markets were closing. And I'd come back and the big thing was like 130, I think it was 130 to 2. Or was it 130? Was it 115 to 130 or 130 to 2? It's too long ago. I think pigs and cows were at 1. So maybe it was like between 115 and 130. Seems like that might have been it back then. And the volume was crazy. Oh my God. The volume and volatility was frightening. And I mean it, frightening. So I would trade in here, right? And I would be in the trade for 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. That's it. And in that, I didn't know if oil was going to go up $3 or down $3. $3 is too much. $2. Okay, $2. Okay, $2. That would be normal. And sometimes what would happen is, for whatever reason, let's say I sell here, it'd go up $2 and then close $2. And we're talking about like in the last 3 minutes. Now you're like, well, what's $2 on oil? Well, if it was euro dollar, okay, the equivalent to 100 pips on euro dollar was $1 on WTI. So I would sell, I could be down the equivalent of 200 pips and then close 1 minute later for somewhere between 200 pips profit and 150 pips profit, or break even, or lose 100. Like, you just didn't know. And very often there was enough slippage where you just had to wait another minute and you watched the market price doing this, but you didn't know where you got filled. And you might make 200 pips, you might lose 200 pips, and the order is just sitting there pending. That's what it was like for me when I first started trading. That's why I laugh at YouTubers that scalp 12 pips here, 10 pips there. I'm like, dude, we used to scalp hundreds of pips at a time. You're like, right? You don't know jack, right? So anyways, wow, the volatility. Wow, the volatility was just cray. Nazi's having a tough day, of course. Okay, so what do we know? Talk to me, Goose. All right, what we know, or what's implied, is that somewhere around here, bulls
U.S.
will buy.
presidential election outcome could make or break the future of crypto.
And we know this is where bears are going to sell. Okay.
Okay? So all you have to know to do this correctly is know that you're a bull or a bear. The rest is easy peasy lemon squeezy. Is that trending? No, it's not trending. So if it breaks above or below, now we're trend on. Game on. All right. So I've gone quite a bit, right? Over an hour.
The pound sterling looks oversold. Scotiabank.
If you want me to stay, I'll stay if there's 50 likes. But I have to log into the YouTube. I don't even have the YouTube. If there's 50 likes or more, I'll stay and continue to do analysis. But if we're done, we're done. So let me pull up the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Forex.Today. If we're done, that's fine. Okay, I found it. And all right, let's see where we are. And 27. So we're not even close. So half of you think this live stream sucks. Okay, that's fine.
Gold pushes higher as Middle East conflict rages on.
So I guess what we'll do is we'll just move on.com. We got a busy day. We got Peter Ward coming up in an hour. No, sorry, David Pegler. Sorry about that. David Pegler in an hour. So that's good. And then Jessica at 1, then me at 4. We have a lot to do this wonderful trading day. Plus you have all the tools and resources. And of course, if you're new, okay, you also have 100 hours of training courses. Okay, if you want to hear what David Pegler sounded like 20 years ago, I'm sure he'd be thrilled if you watched these old videos. Okay. He's also done principles of price action, which I think could be cleaned up. Could be cleaned up some point in the future. I think one of them has bad audio. But look at this. Look at that. Beautiful little course. Look how beautiful this is.
All right. So this is lesson number 4 in our little training series that we've been putting together here the last week and change. And today I would like to talk about pivot points. It's going to be a pretty brief lesson since...
Ho, 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 ho. Yet another pivot point lesson. Yeah. Well, it's supremely important. So anyways, look, we got everything you need to succeed. Fundamentals, technicals, and performance coaching. But you got to go, man. You got to go. You got to get up. You got to step up. You got to do it. You got to do the work. What did they say? The fortune, how's it, favors the brave? Nah, I don't think so. The brave get killed. So instead, fortune favors the ones with ridiculous, sickening work ethic and amazingly advanced tools and technology. You have superior technology. I hope you decide to actually use it to have a competitive advantage in the market. You need an edge. This is your edge. Anyways, hey, we got to go. This is real. Thank you for being part of what we do every day. Thank you for the loyalty and respect you show me. I really, really, really do appreciate it. Probably more than you know. I really appreciate the loyalty and respect you show me. And thank you to just everybody out there in the Forex.Today universe, in the TRADARS.com universe. I think what we do matters. And that's important, isn't it? What we do together matters, and it makes a difference. I would love for you to use this this free squawk. I spent all the time and money making it. It's worth a lot. People pay a lot of money for something like this, and I've chosen to give it away for free. I would appreciate if you actually used it. And so you just go to YouTube and type in something like TRADARS Squawk, TRADARS Live News Squawk. Also, those templates are available for you to download if you're struggling on learning how to trade patterns. This is also made available. It's in the description below the video. Feel free to download those. Look, we can make a difference to your trading. This is good. You are good. Life is great. Life is good. Life is beautiful. And I will see you soon. And as Kamala would say, joy!